Hey everybody, my wife and I noticed when we were looking for a boat that there were no reviews. We ended up buying this Gator Tough 17cc. There were no reviews on YouTube about it, not really much information. So here we are today. I've got about 20 hours on this boat. I've fished in it in Florida, down on Lake George, and also in some of the small canals and so forth down in Florida. Right now we're up in Georgia on Lake Lanier. We've been in other lakes in Georgia, Lake Oconee and so forth. The great thing about this boat is it's only 17 feet. So you can you're still small enough that you can get in the creeks and stuff and fish, you know, for brim or crappie or whatever. It's not so big, it's difficult to get in places like that. However, here I am on Lake Lanier today. It's Father's Day 2022. There's hundreds of boats out here. They've got this lake all chopped up. We've seen 3 and 4 foot wakes come by us while we were fishing or riding. The boat don't care at all. It just, you know, I mean, you gotta slow down, but it handles the waves with no problem. I was told that this boat, this is a Gator Tough 17cc. You look at this boat and you look at a Bay 17, a G3 Bay 17, they're the same thing. The difference is, even the dealer told me, the differences between this boat and a Bay 17 is obviously the color. It doesn't have a spray-in liner, and the gauges and so forth. This only has a fuel gauge, and it's all black, you know, it's not stainless steel like this right here. Other than that, I mean, it's basically the same boat as the Bay series. And my wife and I really like it. She's behind the camera. You like it?
I do.
Okay. It was a few $1,000s less than the Bay series as well. So that's good. Only thing I didn't like was that, you know, it's supposed to come with a galvanized trailer, and because of shortages and supply chains and so forth, I didn't get a galvanized trailer, which for me is kind of a big deal. So it's got the Yamaha 70. We have a lot of gear in here, fuel, batteries, dog, my wife and I, we're not skinny people. I have a 15 pitch prop on the back, stainless prop. And we can get, if we go up like 6,000 RPM, 6,200, somewhere in there, we can get up to 28 miles an hour. I'm sure if I lighten the load or change the pitch, this boat, I believe down in Florida I had this boat over 30 miles an hour. I think I had around 32, 33 down in Florida. So, you know, realistically, it's not a speed demon unless you want to change your prop, put something fast on there. As far as fishing goes, my wife is up in the front right now. I got a more comfortable fishing seat up there. I did put a saltwater 70-pound Minn Kota on the front because I do occasionally go to saltwater. I put in this Eva foam for the deck to keep it a little cooler for my dog's feet. Some of it stuck, some of it didn't, so I'm gonna have to reapply some of that, but some areas it did stick. If you get the Bay series, it's gonna come with a spray-in liner, so maybe that's worth it. Yamaha does offer a C-deck kit for this, but it's like $1,000. What else? Power trim and tilt. Mine has a leaning seat, which is okay. I mean, well, I love the leaning seat. But when you have the leaning seat, it impacts the fishing chair for the back. So normally I don't keep the fishing chair in the back. Also, the other thing about this leaning seat is it has these torpedo launchers here, rocket launchers. And if you go to Walmart, you get like one of these umbrellas. I'm not going to put it out, but you can put this umbrella right in there, and you can have some shade when you're sitting out in the water, which is kind of cool. I always keep like a milk crate. You know, well, I guess one thing about this boat is it doesn't have a whole bunch of storage. There's 2 storage areas in the front. There ain't any back here in the engine area here. There's where the fuel tank is, the batteries, bilge pump, aerator pumps. There's a little room in there for some items, but it would be like items that are gonna get wet, like a paddle and so forth. Those little boxes up there are small. And then I have a bait live well and then a fish live well. So that's good.
One of the live wells is under the dog.
Yeah, under the dog there's a live well or a bait well, whatever you want to call it. And then they don't generally come with electronics, so I have a Garmin. I got the EchoMap UHD 93, and the best thing to do on those, even according to my dealer was pretty cool. He's like, hey man, you could probably get it cheaper at Bass Pro on a special, because you know it's difficult with supply issues in 2022. My dealer was B&B Marine in Conyers, Georgia, and the guy was pretty cool. As far as price, you know, I could have paid less for this boat 18 months ago. But you know, it is what it is now. You're going to be in the mid-20s on this boat. I did compare this boat with the Express boat. I really kind of wanted an Express Bay Series, but the supply and the demand and the price of the Bay, of the Express Series, was just too much for me for a fishing boat. The first day that I had this boat, I scratched it. And I'm an experienced boater. Not gonna get into my history, but I'm a very experienced boater. And yeah, you know, that's what's gonna happen with fishing boats. You're gonna run them up on the oyster beds, or you know, at the boat dock, you're gonna, or the boat ramp, you're gonna go up on the curb sometimes, or going on Lake Oconee, which is not marked well at all. You're gonna go up on some mud and stumps, and you're gonna dent things. And if you got a $40,000 Express Bay Series, that ruins your day. You know, you're like, come on, really? But with this boat, yeah, it is in the mid-20s, but you know, it's the old green John boat look, but it ain't a John boat at all. So, I mean, it's got 3 rod holders there, plus 6 more here, plus the rocket launcher. So way more poles than I'm ever going to carry. It's got a light in here for nighttime. This is fiberglass here. You know, I'm probably going to get a door for this back here if you want to come back here. It's kind of rough out here. So if you want to walk back and see, this is my leaning post. And it's got an internal fuel tank, which I like better than having, you know, the plastic ones. I love having power trim and tilt. See, I had my chairs back here and I scratched the deck. So, you know, I would be really mad if it was a Bay Series. So anyway, that's my quick review of this G3 Gator Tough 17cc with a Yamaha 70. It's pretty good, you know, for a regular guy and his wife, maybe a couple of kids. Really, it's all you need. Come on, guys, be serious. I mean, don't go out there and buy a $45,000 boat and load yourself up in debt. You can't enjoy fishing when you're worried about money all the time. So get you something that's affordable and enjoyable, and if you scratch it, you don't get mad. Hey, if you get seasick from the camera work, that's my wife's fault. I can see she's struggling over there. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and leave your comments below if you want to. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.